Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Wrestling Results here on this channel. WWE Crown Jewel results for 10/21/21. So, WWE Crown Jewel result for you guys. The Usos versus the Hurt Business. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin kick it off in the kickoff show. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric isolate Jay early and work to keep him grounded on the mat, working on his left arm. Shelton gets a near fall as commentary notes that Jimmy hasn't been in the match yet. Jay finally gets a hot tag after hitting a step-up enziguri, and Jimmy comes in firing with strikes and modify Samoan drop for a 2 count. Shelton Benjamin cheap shots Jimmy, which allows Cedric to hit a brainbuster for a near fall. Jay stops further interference as Shelton hits a fireman's carry slam for a 2 due to Jay stopping the count. Both teams connect with a flurry of kicks before Shelton hits a pay dirty for 2. Then the Usos come back with a in stereo super kicks and tandem top rope Uso splash for the win. Your winners, the Usos. Now we have Hell in a Cell. Edge versus Seth Rollins. Edge slugs it out with Rollins in the corner, then slingshots him over the top rope and into the cage. Rollins snaps Edge's head on the top rope and knees him in the head. Then Rollins takes part of the steel chair that Edge initially brought in the ring and tries to stab Edge in the eye with it. Rollins is meant to go after people's eyes. He done it to Rey Mysterio and now Malachi Black. And Malachi Black is still using it as a kayfabe and using it as a black eye. Rollins hits a low drop kick that sends Edge to the floor. Then Rollins throws him headfirst into the cage as a few times. Rollins starts to unload on Edge with a chair. Then he ultimately jabs Edge in the eye with the chair rail and hits a frog splash for a 2. Edge mounts a comeback and shoves Rollins off the top turnbuckle and into the cage wall, and he crashes through a table that was set up underneath it. The ring steps are then brought into the ring, and Edge ducked a punch and hits an Edge-o-matic on top of them. Then Edge heads up top with a chair and then splashes Rollins on the stairs with it. A 2 count leads to the match continuing, and after some more back and forth, Edge hits a buckle bomb and spear for a 2 count. Edge springs in a ladder into the mix and sets it up in the corner, but Rollins whips him into it and smashes it over his head. Rollins and Edge climb up the ladder in the corner, and Rollins ends up sending Edge through a table with a sunset flip powerbomb. Somehow Edge kicks out a 2 count, and Rollins connects with a few super kicks while daring Edge to fight back. Rollins ends up wrapping a chain around his foot and connects with another super kick. Then Rollins screams that this is how your fairy tale ends, and winds up for a stomp on a chair. Edge sits up and hits Rollins in the groin with a chair. Then Edge backs into the corner and cracks Rollins with a super kick. Edge uses the chain around Rollins' foot to choke him. Then Edge takes a wrench and chokes him with it. Before incomplete, I don't know how to pronounce that, breaking the hold. Edge ends up putting Rollins' head on chair and connects with the stomp to pick up the win. Your winner, Edge. Now we have Mansoor versus Mustafa Ali. The match opens up with some back and forth exchanges. Then Mansoor hits a standing moonsault before sending Ali to the floor. Mansoor applies a waist lock as Ali gets back in. Then Ali kicks him in the midsection and connects with a few chops in the corner. Mansoor mounts another comeback so Ali retreats outside the again before Mansoor connects with a kick through the ropes. Mansoor goes after him, but Ali snaps Mansoor's head back on the ring apron. Then he taunts the crowd before rolling Mansoor back in to get a near fall. Ali applies a camel clutch. Then Mansoor fights out, only to have Ali connect with a tornado DDT off the turnbuckles for a 2. Ali screams that Mansoor is worthless as he kicks him. Then Mansoor blocks a kick in the corner and drops him with a few right hands. Mansoor hits a step-up enziguri and an atomic drop spinebuster combo. Then Ali retreats to the corner, but Mansoor goes right at him. The referee starts a 5 count before Ali charges him. Then Mansoor hits a clothesline that sends Ali back to the floor. Ali hits a drop kick on the floor and then rolls him back in. But Mansoor takes him down with a belly-to-belly suplex and heads up top. Mansoor connects with a moonsault, but he's slow to make the cover. Ali kicks out and applies a Kojai clutch, but Mansoor crawls to the ropes to break the hold. Ali comes up empty on a 450 splash, and Mansoor connects with a slingshot neckbreaker for a win. After the match, Ali attacks Mansoor after the bell and stomps him before a masked man enters the arena. Ali is confused. Then the man takes off his disguise to reveal it is Tariq Hamid, an Olympic silver medalist in karate. Hamidi connects with a kick to the head that takes Ali out. Then he celebrates and leaves with Mansoor to chairs. WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. RK Bro, Randy Orton and Riddle versus AJ Styles and Omos. Riddle unloads on Styles in the corner with some kicks. Then he takes Styles down for a near fall before catching him in a gut wrench hold and an airplane spin. Styles lands near his corner and tags out, and almost makes quick of Riddle when he tries to strike. Orton gets the tag and almost knocks him down. 2. Then Styles gets back in the ring and stomps Orton on the mat. Riddle ends up getting a hot tag and connects with an exploder suplex and Broton for 2. Then Styles goes for a Styles Clash attempt, but Riddle counters and kicks him in the head. Orton gets the tag and whips Styles into Omos, knocking him off the apron. Then Orton hits a power slam while Riddle tries to hold Omos off in the corner. Omos kicks him away as Styles goes for the phenomenal forearm, but Orton surprises him with an RKO off the top ropes, and Riddle ends it with a floating bro. Your winner, RK Bro. Queen's Crown Tournament Finals. We have Doudrop versus Zelina Vega. Zelina talks some trash to Doudrop, who blocks a kick and backs Vega away. Vega tries to dive off the top rope, but Doudrop catches her and follows with a body slam and an elbow drop. Doudrop heads to the middle rope, but Vega knocks her off of the turnbuckles before hitting a tornado DDT for a 2 count. Doudrop mounts a comeback and goes for a somersault splash, but Vega ducks out of the way and attacks before getting a near fall. Doudrop comes back with a sidewalk slam for a 2. Then she follows with a running senton for another near fall. Out of nowhere, Zelina connects with a code red for the win. Your winner in 2021 Queen's Crown winner, Zelina Vega. No holds bar, Goldberg versus Bobby Lashley. Lashley wraps a chain around his hand and tries to hide it, but Goldberg blocks and meets him with some right hands back in the corner. Lashley gets a shot in the corner, and Goldberg is already bleeding from the forehead as Lashley goes outside to get a chair. Lashley cracks him in the back with a few times. Then he wraps the chair around Goldberg's knee and starts stomping on it. Lashley jumps on the chair from the middle turnbuckle. Then Goldberg calls for Goldberg to get up as he readies in the corner. Lashley charges, but Goldberg sidesteps him, and Lashley ends up crashing through the table set up in the opposite corner. Goldberg surprises Lashley with a spear, then he lifts him up and hits a jackhammer. Goldberg doesn't go for the cover, and instead he takes off his gloves and whips Lashley to the corner. Goldberg spears Lashley through the barricade and screams, "You hurt my son, you're dead," before he grabs the steel steps. Lashley tries to get away after trading some blows, but Goldberg follows him up the ramp. The Hurt Business comes down the ramp with kendo sticks, but Goldberg lays them out and picks up one of the kendo sticks. Lashley picks up one, and they swing at each other. But Goldberg busts Lashley and hits him over the back with them. Goldberg breaks over his knee. Then he spears Lashley off the stage and pins him on the floor. Your winner, Goldberg. King of the Ring Tournament Finals. Finn Balor versus Xavier Woods. Balor takes control early on, getting a few near falls on Woods. Balor connects with Sling Blade, but Woods comes right back with a super kick out of the corner. Woods gets another near fall after a suplex. Excuse me, sorry. Then he goes for an elbow drop, but Balor gets his knees up. Balor connects with a sling blade and a few strikes. Woods avoids the coup de grace and gets a near fall roll up. Woods kicks Balor a few times and hits a gut buster, and then he heads up top and hits an elbow drop from the ropes to win. Boo, Xavier Woods. To be honest with you, WWE just fucked this up. The king of the ring should be Balor because it makes sense. The king, Demon King, you know? But no, WWE always fucks everything up. They don't fucking care. They love fucking everything up. They rather just fuck everything up. They just look at WWE 2K22. They were almost ready and WWE fucked everything up for them. And now they have to reset everything. They have to redo everything because WWE. They released Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and others that was already set in the ring, in the game. But no, WWE had to release them for fucking budget cut. They got fucking money. They're fucking the richest company around. They don't need to fucking drop them for budget cut. That doesn't make any sense. Big E versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre takes early control, catching Big E with some strikes, and releases a suplex. Drew and E head outside, and Drew connects with a belly-to-belly suplex before they head back inside. E regains control after a few suplexes of his own, but Drew turns things right back in his favor with a slam. Drew plays to the crowd before Big E slams him on the mat and hits a running splash for a 2. Drew gets a Michikanuka driver for a 2. Then he goes for a Glasgow kiss, but Big E counters with a drop backslide for a 2 count. For a 2. Drew connects with a future shock DDT for a 2. Then he goes for a Claymore, but Big E catches him and hits a power bomb before applying a stretch muffler submission. Sorry about that. I got distracted there. Drew breaks free and hits the ropes, but Big E catches him with a big ending. Surprisingly gets a 2 count. Big E takes him up to the top rope, but Drew counters with a bulldog for a near fall, and the match continues. Drew catches Big E with a Claymore for a close 2, and the crowd erupts. Drew goes for his own big ending, but Big E counters and hits the ropes and connects with the big ending to retain. Your winner, Big E. WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. Bianca Belair gets the upper hand with a fall-away slam on Sasha Banks. Then Becky pulls Bianca Belair outside before knocking her into the barricade and going after Sasha in the ring. Sasha whips Becky into Bianca's apron. Whips Becky into Bianca on the apron. Then Sasha applies the bank statement before Bianca breaks it up. Becky catches her with a missile dropkick before getting a 2 count on Sasha Banks. Then she sets up Sasha Banks in the corner and hits a leg drop off the turnbuckle for a near fall. Sasha and Bianca Belair briefly teams up, whipping Becky into the corner. Then Banks connects with a snap suplex for the first of the Three Amigos sequence. Sasha heads up top and hits for a frog splash, but Bianca Belair rolls away and Becky runs back in and getting knocked into the corner by Bianca Belair, who also throws Sasha Banks out to the floor. Becky counters charging Bianca Belair with a head scissors. Then she tries to go for one in the corner, but Bianca Belair blocks it. Becky kicks her back and fires back with an elbow in the corner. Then Bianca Belair counters another strike with a KOD attempt near the ropes. Bianca Belair swings Becky into Sasha on the apron, and Becky floats over and out of the KOD attempt. Sasha runs back in and tries to score a surprise sunset flip, but Bianca Belair stomps her as she drops Becky Lynch with a double delay suplex. Wow. Bianca Belair is taken out of the mix as Sasha drops Becky and applies the bank statement, but Bianca Belair comes right back in and hits a back handspring off the top ropes into a moonsault to break the hold. Sasha and Bianca Belair then square off, and Sasha Banks knocks Bianca Belair down, mocking her by whipping her braid around. Bianca slams Sasha down and gets a bridge pinfall for a 2 count. Broken up after Becky Lynch breaks up the attempt. Bianca Belair gets knocked to the floor as Becky hits a manhandle slam, but Bianca Belair breaks up the pin. Becky and Bianca Belair slug it out before they tie up in the corner, and Becky tries to pull Bianca by her braid in between the turnbuckles. Sasha Banks knocks Becky off of the apron and tries to powerbomb Bianca Belair on the floor, but Bianca Belair fights back just as Becky jumps off the commentary table and tackles them both. Becky rolls Bianca Belair into the corner in the ring and slams her down. Then applies the disarmor on Sasha, runs back in. Becky Lynch takes her down and seamlessly. Where the fuck? What happened? Okay, applied the disarmor to Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, but Bianca Belair powers to her feet to break the hold. Becky takes control with a few kicks and goes for a manhandle slam, but Bianca Belair blocks and connects with a KOD. Sasha breaks that up and tries to whip Bianca Belair outside, but Bianca Belair reverses and runs back towards Becky. Sasha trips her and pulls her outside. Then Sasha runs back towards Becky, who rolls her up and holds the bottom rope out of the referee's view to pick up the win. Your winner, Becky Lynch. WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns as your champion versus Brock Lesnar. Roman slugs it out with Brock Lesnar, who goes for a German suplex early on. Brock gets one and stomps Roman in the corner. Then Roman finally regains control and backs away to gather himself. Brock goes for a F5 on the floor, but Roman Reigns grabs the ring post. Then Brock Lesnar throws him inside, but Roman Reigns catches him with a Superman punch on apron. Roman Reigns connects with a spear for a 2 count. Then he readies himself and connects with a 2 consecutive Superman punches. Lesnar avoids a spear and Reigns hits the ring post. Then Lesnar follows with a German suplexes and calls for a F5. Brock connects, but Roman Reigns shockingly kicks out and Lesnar cannot believe it. Roman Reigns counters and another F5 with a guillotine choke. Then Brock breaks it with a spine buster and goes for another F5. Roman Reigns is knocked into the referee on the way down, and Lesnar makes the cover, but the official is still down on the mat and doesn't make the count. Lesnar picks him up and slams him on the apron, and Reigns spears Lesnar as he turns back towards the ring. Heyman slides the title in the ring and screams, "You know what to do with it," but it's questionable as to who he threw the title to. Lesnar laughs and grabs the title before Roman can, but Brock turns it into a stereo super kicks by the Usos. Roman smashes Brock in the face with the title and throws it out of the ring. Then a second referee runs in and makes the count. Your winner, Roman Reigns. Boo! Now who's going to beat fucking Roman Reigns for the title? Who's going to stop Roman Reigns? We all thought the Demon King would have. But no. They already had this match already fucking set up. But they should have just gave it to fucking Brock Lesnar or Finn Balor. But anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below who you think is going to stop Roman Reigns. I'm unstoppable. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that way you guys do not miss an upload here on this channel. Guys, I will be back for more wrestling results. I'm about to be doing Impact Wrestling results for you guys, if I can find it. Anyways, guys, I'm unstoppable, and I'm out.